I'm proud to say that Reneé and I were texting this morning, and then we both showed up in pinstripes.
We did. We did. And not planned either.
No, we didn't talk about the pinstripes on the text.
No, which we should have.
Well, you know what? Great minds think alike. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. I heard the bar was packed, so I like that action.
Huge.
That made me so happy. I'm like, that sets a tone. Let's do this.
Yes.
And I think that's so fitting, with you. We were just talking about like age.
It is.
Behind the stage. And it's like, I think people want the fun. They want the good. It's an all ages party and everyone's invited, but I think everybody's really drawn to your honey. You know what I'm saying? We're all bees, right?
Thanks.
I mean, what's that like? I ask as a 48-year-old woman with a dead libido. What's it like to be young and sexy and feel sexy?
Okay, well, first, you're so sexy.
Yes.
The hottest. The hottest. By the way, if you just want to do this for 40 minutes, I'm fine with that.
We might. We might, and that'll work just fine.
No, but you genuinely are. Like we were just having this conversation about like age and whatever, but you really are. And that's it.
I think my libido just woke up. Thank you. It's been dormant for so many years. But I do think that we, as human beings, go into a place where we are drawn to that honey, we are drawn to that fun, that good stuff that makes us feel alive. And then it has nothing to do with age. It's a feeling that you embody that comes from someone else.
Yeah.
And what you are exuding right now into the world is truly working. I was saying you can't even open a window without hearing Reneé Rapp. And I
have a really, really great PR team. like we work overtime, yeah.
I think that nobody actually can exactly plan for these things to happen. It's an organic evolution that takes time. It's not an overnight thing, even though it feels like it sometimes in the zeitgeist in the world. But it's not. It's a very slow burn. And so when I was thinking about talking to you, because we've done the show together, I'm proud to say, and you were on with the whole cast, and I am obsessed with the show. I've seen every episode. I love it so much. And, it was a different dynamic. It wasn't one-on-one. And then Reneé and I are collaborating on some fun things. And I know. That's why when they called to do this, I was like, yes! I don't care what the date or time is. Where? When? And I was thinking about, if I was lucky enough to have that conversation with you, that's not texts and developing friendships and on a show with other people, just you. Who did you listen to when you were younger, dancing in the mirror and lip syncing?
Oh my God. It was a lot of Destiny's Child. It was, I don't really remember exactly what it was, but my first theatrical experience was I was 10 and I did a production of Annie. And disappointed that didn't get more woos. No, I'm just kidding. That was absolutely right on par. But
were you one of the orphans or Annie?
No. So $2, $3 bags. I was an added orphan who was a foot taller than everybody else. But the whole thing was I ended up working with somebody who was in the show as an adult as I got older, and she was like, yeah, I was always really confused by you because they would be rehearsing Hard Knock Life, and you're out in the lobby chair dancing, on a chair. I was just sending it. So I was a big Destiny's Child.
Send it.
Yeah, send it.
Send it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so were you when you're chair dancing? Are you da 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 da? Are you that?
It was that. It was the second.
Okay.
Yeah.
which in the middle would be like Fosse.
Yeah.
Because I was watching a video of my daughter Frankie the other day, and she was dancing, and I was like, when the hell did Dua Lipa get in our gene pool? Why is she dancing like that?
Oh my God.
But then I thought about that with you as a young girl, and because you're not my daughter, although your mom's backstage, and I can't wait to hug her, it's easier for me to project that with you because I'm not coming from like maternal worry, which is why I was like, I want to know who Reneé danced to. Like, you know, as a young girl dancing around her room, like what was playing at the time? Did you go back to music? Did you have stuff from, you know, that wasn't popular at the time? Like, where did you source from musically when you were young?
A lot of it was from my parents because I didn't really like, I mean, obviously, like, I grew up in, like, the generation of, you know, streaming music is now a thing and, like, apps are now a thing, and that's, you know, that was my whole childhood.
You were
basically.
born January 10th, 2000.
That's right. That's right. Yay. But, yeah, so it was, like, a lot of stuff from my mom and dad. So it was, like...
What were they listening to?
Well, my mom was, like, Destiny's Child, like, Sade, things like that. But my dad...
Sade.
Unreal. Unreal. Yeah, is right. And my dad was like Journey and Yes and like the Carpenters and things like that. So.
And do you think that that has seeped in?
Absolutely.
You know, I think your music is so timeless, and that was also what kind of, it's so modern.
Thanks.
It's so modern.
Oh.
But, you know, I think also, you know, when you are in theater and you're around and you're in TV, like there's just so many influences coming at you. You're a woman of the world. You're out there sourcing, like you're sending it. But what are you pulling from, like, right now? If you're sending it, what are you sourcing?
My God. Right now I'm like seeking more. I'm seeking help. I'm sourcing. I'm seeking God. I feel like right now, I'm honestly, it sounds like a little like head ass, but I do mean this in like a good way. I feel like I'm actually trying to source from like myself for the first time. I don't think I've ever really done that. I think I've constantly been, and don't get me wrong, I still am, like very concerned with like how everybody, whether it be like in my life, outside of my life, whatever, what have you, feels about me or wants me to kind of do or be like. And I don't really think I'm like going with that right now. I feel like I'm kind of like doing,
So what was it? Was there a moment? Was there a catalyst? Was there work done? How did you get there? Because I remember reading stuff where you said like, I've been a people pleaser.
Yes.
And, you know, it's so understandable if we're so concerned with what people think and feel or how we make them think or feel.
Yeah.
I think that's a nice altruistic thing, but it can start to eat you alive.
Totally.
What was it? When was the turn? And what was it? How do we do it?
I got the formula is as follows. No, I got really consumed by so many things, but by like, I don't know, like really wanting to like do music and pursue music and wanting to like honestly like be like successful, and like what that looked like to me at the time is like very different from what that looks like to me now. But I let that like kind of like infect like my relationships, my friendships, everything like that. And once I like got out of a relationship and like started doing music, I kind of just like stopped giving a fuck, really. Like I felt so much more like myself. And granted, that could also just be like getting older, but I do think that I was just like kind of like done. I was like, if you don't respect me enough to want to be in my life in a way that is helpful to me and is helpful to you, then that does not suit me and that is not for me. And that's how I feel with everything now. So I think it was just like a personal shift that then I was like, yeah, now I'm doing my own thing.
Do you think that, because sometimes I think this happens to us too, and I have no idea if I'm on the right track, and if I'm not, I'll bail.
That's fine.
You create opportunities for yourself.
Yeah.
TV, theater, and then when you don't want to stay totally loyal to that and you want to deviate and try other things, you don't want to abandon, you don't know how to shut doors.
Yes.
That doesn't feel right. Feels rude, unappreciative, and dismissive.
Yes, 100%.
So then how do you reach other things? Because there's a saying about how when one door closes, another one opens, and you then you take the risk.
Yeah.
You make the space for it. How did you know, without being disrespectful or dismissive of all the other golden opportunities you created for yourself through your talent and your doing,
thanks.
How did you give yourself the courage to take the leap and go more in the direction of singing?
I don't think, I mean, look, like in a perfect world, like woohoo, I think like I would be like very like remiss and silly to say that like I never had a moment like that felt like disrespectful or like I wasn't appreciated. Like I've had this conversation with my parents thousands of times over.
And I think people stay stuck. I think they actually are afraid
absolutely
to focus on something when they've created other things.
100%. I honestly
know I do that.
Dude, yes, absolutely. Everybody does. But especially like for me, I really was just like so determined to do the one thing that I felt really good doing since I was a kid. Like the whole like theater and all of that came later. Music was something that always felt good and always felt like my communication and like how I understand myself better. So it was just like really like some like innate drive, and I was honestly just willing to fuck up along the way.
Somebody I know said this the other night, and I said, you need to trademark it. He said, I'm in love with it enough to fail.
Yes, 100% that. Yes.
And I think what I'm also getting from you, because I want to learn too, because I do this. I torture myself, and I stay stuck sometimes.
Yeah.
What I'm getting from you is that you paid attention to what really made you happy inside.
Yes.
And you trusted your gut.
Yeah.
And okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That helps a lot. But I still think sometimes our guts are screaming and we stifle the sounds. We muffle it.
Absolutely.
And it's hard. And I think we all also, you know, if you have multiple talents, like how do you fit them all in? How do you make them work cohesively? How do you go in certain directions? So the show, I've read that you are going to come back for season 3 sporadically. By the way, that makes total sense to me. Like, as a lover of the show, I go right into Valley Girl voice. I'm like, as a lover of the show, like, I mean, we're left on a cliffhanger. I don't want to spoil it, but there's, you know, everyone is doing their own thing a little bit. I feel like this could work as a fan of the show and being happy for you also with everything else that you want to take on. I feel like creatively this makes total sense.
Well, it's cool. Like, I think at least like when I was maybe like 16 or 17, like a little more than a couple now, but a couple and some years ago, it was a huge conversation whenever I was talking to anybody in the music business of like, okay, but how are you going to do this, that, and the third and do it like all at the same time? And in my head, I was like, well, there are like multi-hyphenates in the business who like crush. Like I was like, Beyonce and Lady Gaga are not like new concepts.
Yep.
Yeah, you know?
Barbra Streisand.
Barbra Streisand is not a new concept.
No.
Like the girl has been here.
Yes.
She's been here. But like what was really, really cool was like in 2020 when Olivia Rodrigo started to like really, really, really go off and everybody really respected her as a musician and as an artist. And that was also somebody who was young and closer to my age who was doing something that I really wanted to do. I thought that was incredibly inspiring and made me so hungry, and it was cool that like somebody was doing that and getting the like respect that she absolutely deserves for doing that.
So another piece of advice that I take is look at people that you respect and let them be human green lights.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
100%. Yes.
Understood. Understood. Now, if you're a multi-hyphenate, and we all know this about you and have for years and are so into it.
Yeah.
What do we not know about you?
Like, I don't know. What is something you don't know about me? What you don't know about me? I'm like, what do I do? I mean, I kind of talk about it a lot. Like, I really just spew it all. My most recent thing, I guess, is like, this is probably like not at all. Oh, no, this is good. I want to be... Well, I think it's good. I don't know. Now I feel like I've set the bar way too high. I want to be a mom so bad. We were just talking about how much I love kids. I know everybody's like, yeah, you keep talking about getting pregnant. No, I want to be a mom so bad.
Your instincts are so incredible, and I want to tell you why I think that, because I have 2 girls, and it's like ever since I took them on an airplane, you get that societal judgment look as if no one has ever had a child.
Yes, which, by the way, a dad is not getting. The only time someone is getting that is when it's a maternal figure. A dad is not getting like looked at weird for having his kid on a plane. They're like, good job, buddy. Like, way to be here. Yeah.
And, you know, there's this little girl backstage, and I was saying, oh, that's so nice that she's here. And Reneé was like, well, I encourage that. And I was like, you do? And I was like, you don't know what that does for parents. We are all afraid that our child will be too loud or take up space, or, you know, I think we're stunted from those first initial sort of fear-based, I don't want to bother people with my kid. And by the way, for people who don't think that way, mazel tov.
Yeah.
I wish I was liberated like that. But of course, I'm, you know, concerned. And all parents want to do is take their kids on their journey, but they have to get green lights from colleagues, workplaces, society, airplanes, restaurants, people to say, take a deep breath, let your kids be, and come hang out.
Yeah.
And you are that person.
Oh my God, I want kids around all the time.
So have you always known that you wanted to be a mom?
No. I honestly just like
shifted.
I don't know. Well, no, I take that back. I never thought that I wanted to get married. I always was like, I'm never getting married to anybody. Like, I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
And why do you feel that way?
Well, I just kind of was like, why do I want that? Like, I could just have like a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a partner and just like have that forever. And why do I need to like sign something? I also was like really sussed out by the thought of like joining your bank account with somebody else. Like, I was like, especially because like after being like, for myself, like I'm a cis woman, I'm a girl who like gets in relationships with sometimes like when I would be in specifically like heteronormative relationships, I was always mommying somebody. And I'm like, why would I put my bank account with yours? Like, why would I do that to me? Exactly. Which I'm not against. Like, I'm pretty sure my parents are together. Well, they're together, but they're together.
But they bank
but
also.
I think they bank together. I don't know. It's just always been such a weird thing to me. And I always heard about the logistics and the paperwork that goes into it, and I'm just not for it. But I love kids, and I would totally have kids.
Has anything happened recently that made you more inclined to feel like your wings are spreading and these possibilities are more realistic?
Well, for the first time, I think because I'm finally like doing like music, and don't get me wrong, like I feel like I still have many years and also many years of like learning to do about the business and what have you, but since I'm now doing the thing that I've like always really wanted to do, and I'm like a check boxes kind of girl, once I started to like half check this box or like check the box of like, okay, moving on in, I was like, all right, well, next I quit, you know? Which is not gonna happen. But I did say to Adam, my manager, I was like, I just realized that like after this album, I have to make a whole other one. And like more after that. And I have to keep doing the same thing over for the rest of my life until I die. Like, that's crazy. Life has just struck a chord as of late. It's hitting me for the first time, and I'm confused about it.
I woke up yesterday, and you know how people doom scroll social media? I doom scroll my calendar, and I just go, fuck. And I literally said to myself, like, dude, you gotta take it one day at a time. And within 5 minutes, I was like, fuck. What?
Do what I do.
What?
Don't look at your calendar. Don't look at your calendar. Show up when you feel like I should show up. You know what I mean? See how it goes, as long as you're not disrespecting anybody. And sometimes you might by accident. The other day I showed up somewhere very, very late. My fault. But I'm not looking at my calendar. Also, like maybe yesterday Yes, last night I was talking to Adam, go fucking figure. I was like, hey, I like really want to go right after New York. I'm going to go ahead and go. And he was like, you can't. You have work Monday and Tuesday back in LA. And I was like, it doesn't say that on my calendar. And he was like, you haven't updated your calendar and the activity in months. You don't see what's on there. You don't see the work we're putting in. Just don't look at it. Just don't look. Avoid, girl, avoid.
By the way, I'm going to text you and tell you how that's going.
Tell me.
And if you get texts from other people telling you how it's going,
Blame it on me.
Okay, perfect.
Blame it on me.
But yeah, no, what scares the shit out of you?
Oh, well, failure. Oh, the room got quiet. That's that in a place, huh?
I believe, and tell me, you guys tell me if I'm on track, it's because we all understand that.
Yes. Yeah, I'm like terrified. Even though I know it's like inevitable, like let's be clear, I fuck up thousands of times a day, and I'm like inevitably going to tomorrow, and probably will 10 years down the line, and we'll think about this conversation and we'll be like, damn, I fucked up then too. You know what I mean? Like I just do. That's at least how I feel like I'm wired in that way. So it's not that I'm like afraid to mess up. I'm not as afraid to mess up as I am to like fail and feel like I've disappointed people. I hate disappointing people.
I think that might be one of the scariest things in life, is to truly disappoint someone.
Oh, it keeps me up at night for sure.
I don't understand everyone who's like, you gotta be selfish, man. Self-care, put yourself first. Oxygen masks.
I know.
Like, why are we going to life and death fucking scenarios on an airplane? That's not daily life.
No.
And I'm sorry, but the fucking kids are getting the mask first. Fuck you.
I know. I agree.
So your analogies don't work.
They don't work.
Yes, I'm going to be fastening mine on going, sorry, kids. I love you, me.
Could you imagine if your two daughters were right to the next to you and you were like, Olive, Frankie, handle it yourselves. Like, that's crazy. That is a crazy, crazy thing to imagine. That's not happening.
Who makes you run to them first with the oxygen mask?
Oh, like who would I do it for?
Yeah.
I would do it for, being careful, I'm like, who is on my good list right now? No, I'm playing. I would do it for my little brother first, 100%. My little brother feels like my kid. He would hate if he heard me say that, because he'd be like, there's the 3-year age difference. But I like feel like this like innate need to like protect him, and like I will kill somebody for that kid. I love him so much.
I just witnessed you in protection mode.
Yeah.
And it's the best.
It's just like you know?
No, that is
Motherhood.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I would do it for my brother. I would do it for my mom. I'd do it for my dad. My grandma would figure it out on her own. She would figure it out.
Is she one of those, like, just...
Oh, she's putting hers on first, let's be clear. She's like, I don't know how much time I have left, so I might as well do it while I got it. Like, she's like, you guys, fuck you. Yeah, I would do it for anybody in my family. I would do it for my best friends. I would do it. I actually might be the one dying in a plane crash, because now that I'm thinking of it, I don't think I'm.
By the way, they died trying. I could live with that.
I could
or
too.
Or die with it. Whatever.
Both. I want to go out in a nice way too. So.
What is your friend group like? Like, we talked offline. Like lately, for years I've always just said the same thing. Like, if we're gonna hang out, I mean, sometimes it's like blow it out, sure,
100%.
But then sometimes I'm like couch, sweatpants, TV, takeout. Like, who's your oldest friend? Who are you currently hanging out with? What's your friend life like?
Oh my God, I have the best. I feel like I talk about my friends so much.
They're the best.
No, they're so great. Like,
friends are the greatest.
Friends are the greatest. Friends are greatest. I have like two kind of like things. Like one, like friend group that is like my like really like close like core of people. Actually, this has just been this way my whole life. Everybody is gay or gay adjacent, and so yes, you would think that it's that. but it's a lot more drama than your woos. Everybody's kissing each other. And that is actually the truth. It is the truth. Like, yeah, like I just did a music video for Pretty Girls, and like my girl, yeah,
I saw it.
Yeah,
the Cara Delevingne.
Yes,
absolutely,
yes.
Gorgeous,
stunning.
But it's funny too because I saw a lot of, and maybe it's just like casting directors are like, we want her with a blonde. Most of your interests on screen are blonde.
That has been happening.
Isn't that funny?
That has been happening.
Why do you think?
I don't know. But Scarlett, who was just in the Pretty Girls music video, is my girlfriend's best friend's girlfriend, who we're all in the same friend group.
Oh, well, how was that?
It was fun.
Yeah?
It was fun. It was fun. I'm 23. I'm out here to party.
And your person,
Uh-huh.
who I made sure it was kosher to discuss. You guys are so cute. You're so sexy. You're so appealing. Oh my God!
Thank you. They're very sweet.
I figured I would like to do a little research and show up prepared, and I'm like, What's it like for you?
It's nice. It's also it's scary. Well, I've never really had like, I mean, I guess I have had public relationships, but nothing I've ever like made. I don't know. Like I was in a relationship very publicly for the longest time, but I was like, that's my best friend. Like stop. But that was just because I didn't like the idea of like being in a public relationship. This happened like without me like saying it first or like this person saying it first. So it's honestly freaks me out a lot. Like a lot. I get very scared about this. I'm always like so like paranoid. Like I'll like post something and I'll get so like excited just because I like love them so much. And I'm like and then like 2 minutes later like the like scaredness sets in of like, oh my God, no, like something that's like so like personal and important to me and like part of my like growth and a part of something that is like very queer and very like close to me is now like very public information. And I decided to do that. And like, why did I do that? But also like go me for doing that. Like it is just like a mind fuck.
Does anyone relate to that?
Yeah.
I feel like you just got into so many people's heads and did the thing, because in some ways, you know, we all put ourselves out there via social media, and I think it's the same feeling if you work in an office or you're at a school or you know, it just, when the world feels smaller and you put yourself out there, there's encouraging thoughts, there's vulnerability. I just love everything you said. It was so true to the human experience.
Thanks. It doesn't like feel good, but it
no,
100%. Like it doesn't feel good because then I don't know. But also
What's the alternative?
Shut up. I just shut up.
I think you even used a term like hard launched, or maybe the article said you guys hard launched. Like I love.
Oh my God! Everybody is hard launch and soft launch.
I love that term though. I'm so glad we have terms now.
We do have
for everything. It's I hard launch on Postmates a lot.
Yes, you do.
That I do worry if someone ever found out what my Postmates thing is, that it would just be so revealing.
Wait, like your orders?
Yeah.
Why?
Just
what are you
there's
getting?
A lot, everything, all the time.
What are you getting on Postmates?
Like everything.
Like we're talking like meals or like
yes.
Okay, so
and
meals.
Desserts,
okay, meals.
And
but that's perfect. I was like, are you getting like you're getting okay
dildos and things?
Well,
like
that's
that.
what I was thinking. Which, by the way,
do they do that on Postmates?
You can get anything from anywhere if you try hard enough. Yeah. If I saw your like receipt of your like Postmates, and somewhere it was like Drew has visited like Angel Cupid's closet, I'd be like, go girl.
What's Angel Keep This Closet?
I'm like if like a sex store was like, it sounds like it would be something like Cupid's Closet. I think it's somewhere in LA. I wouldn't know.
Toyland.
Yes. I would not know. I've never been there.
I
more
never
go to
thought
church.
we would live in a society that made all of this so not taboo. I used to go into this place in West Hollywood when I was like a teenager called the Pleasure Chest, and you walked in like this.
100%. Yes.
And you were like, talking in a weird voice. Now it's like, I'd like the pink one, and look at this thing, and it's on this website, and oh my God,
If people do ads for it now.
Yeah,
which
no,
I like.
It's completely fine.
Yeah.
No taboo.
No,
I'm much more worried about anything not sex related and all food related.
What are you worried about? Food?
Just that I order too much. Like I really.
That's a great quality. If you order too much food, that's the best quality. I'm coming to your house. That's the best quality ever.
What do you do too much?
What do I do too much?
Damn,
everything.
What?
God. I do talk too much. What else I do too much of? I fear too much. I'm always well, we were just talking about how I was like, you're like, how are you? I was like, I'm really tired, but not in like a physical sense, in like a mental sense. I'm in like constant mental like override, just like always. So I panic too much in my head about like dumb shit. What else did I do too much of? A little self-criticism, a little judgment for myself, flirt with people too much. It's just like a part of my personality.
Oh God.
I like it.
Again, my libido just went because I looked at you and I was like, yeah, I miss flirting too. Flirting is great as long as everyone's cool with it.
100%. And you can be doing it in the right ways.
God, those people who shut you down for flirting and make you feel terrible about it, that really is damaging.
I'm not into that.
That's tough.
I'm not into that. I think like, I don't know. But also sometimes I don't think, and I'm being so genuine when I say this because I can already hear the little giggles. I can detect it. I know it's coming. But I'm being so genuine when I say this. I was talking to my best friend, Aaliyah. And
who also directed some of your music videos.
Oh yeah. And is iconic.
And who I love as a fan.
Obsessed. She, and I was saying something to her one day and I was like, oh yeah, like da 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 da. And she was like, well, what did you text him? And I was like, oh, I just said like this, like, isn't this so silly and funny? And she was like, how could you do that? And I was like, are you being serious right now? She was like, no, I'm so serious. And then the whole group came to a consensus of like, yeah, you're flirting and this is what you do all the time. Mind you, I was just having a conversation. I was like, I had no idea. Thank you for coming to me.
You are very sexy, though, and we did start that way. Do you think, like, to bring that full circle, do you think that you ooze sexuality?
Oh my God. I feel like as a woman of the church, I feel like I can't.
I'll just tell you.
You
yes.
answer. Okay, perfect. Yes. I was gonna say you answer for me.
The answer is yes.
Okay, thank you.
You do, and we are bees to your honey, and we love what you are mellifluously putting out into the world that comes so inherently from you, and we're all on the feeder for it.
I've never heard that word a day in my life. I loved it.
Well, you pulled it out of me.
Loved it.
All right, we have some questions from the audience.
Okay.
So these are from you guys.
Fun.
And I'm so excited to read them. What song on Snow Angel are you most excited to perform live, Anna? Or Anna? Anna.
What song am I most excited to perform live? I think, to be honest, I hate Boston because, thanks. For those of us who don't know, that is a song. I'm not just throwing out a phrase. So I'm so excited because Alexander 23, who executive produced my whole project, and is one of my best friends. We like really went in on that production and brought a ton of our friends in to play on it and went through 3 different piano passes. I can't tell you how many different drum patterns, and everything ended up being live. And like even the bass is live, except for one sub that's like really low. But we needed it. We needed a lift. But we were so thoughtful about the production on that song because I wanted it to feel like Elton John, like Ascension. So I Hate Boston. So excited to perform live. Yeah.
Do you think you can replicate that live, going in that A Beautiful Mind meticulously in the studio? How do you bring that live?
Oh, it's just gonna
it's done. It's
yeah,
set,
100%.
Rocket left.
100%. I'm so excited to do that. So excited. Also, I have a really, really sick band. Like they're incredible. I'm very spoiled. I work with insanely talented musicians, which like makes my life 10 times easier and also 10 times more fun. So they do a ton of the heavy lifting for me, to be honest.
I love that.
Yeah.
Which song took you the longest to finish from Natasha?
Hey, Natasha. Hey, oh, hey, babe. Natasha and I ran into each other at dinner one time.
Natasha.
Yeah, ran into each other at dinner one time. Yeah, you asked me what song took so long to finish? Gemini Moon took so motherfucking long. Because,
Why?
So that was written, I want to say early February of this year.
Okay. Oh,
so,
God.
right.
That's a quick turnaround.
I'm like, well, in my brain, I'm like, that was so long ago. I'm like, wow, when was that? But yes. So we wrote it, and I'm like, once I'm done, I'm like out. Like if I've clocked out for the day, I'm not getting back in kind of thing. And everybody who works with me knows that, especially Alexander. Like if I'm done, I'm done. You're not getting shit from me. Like, because you don't want to. I'm not going to give you good work at that point. Also, I get very snappy. Not what we want. I don't like that version of myself. She is not me. And I am not her. Yeah, but... yeah, so we did the song, and then I was super done and super tired, because that song was also a hard sing to record, because it flips through, like, just a bunch of different registers and different like parts of my voice in a way that is really, really, really careful when you're cutting vocals, like when you're recording. Live, it's not as hard, but when you have like that mic so fucking up close to your face and you hear every tiny little breath and you want to like make sure that it sounds exactly how it should sound on a recording back 3 months later, 2 years later, it takes a minute. So, did the whole song. I was out. And then they were like, so we do need a bridge. I was like, so we do need to do that a different day. And then the song kind of sat for a couple months, and everybody on my team and his team loved it. And we then just started being like, damn, we really got to write that Gemini Moon bridge. And he'd be like, yeah, we really do. And I'd be like, damn. We really do, don't we? And then we would go get food, and then we would go out, and then the next day we'd be like, damn, we gotta write that bridge. And so we were just putting it off for so long. And then we finally wrote the bridge, went so in on it. And this was like, oh my God, like honestly, maybe like a month and a half ago. No, 2 months ago. I lied, 2 months ago. And then we cut the bridge, cut the whole damn thing. And now the song is as exactly as it was the end of February. Not an added vocal, not a nothing. Yeah.
By the way, and that's what you call a payoff.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much. Okay, what is a current trend in the music industry that you're on board with, Carson?
Oh, hey. What's a current trend in the music industry I'm on board with? 2 trends.
Oh.
2 trends. One being that Ice Spice is the people's princess. I'm loving it. Ah, damn, I just thought of another trend. Okay, I got 3 trends. Ice Spice is people's princess, A. B, musical theater girls are pop girls, which is really, really, really cool. Like like Olivia, Lizzie McAlpine. Like that's a subset of music culture that I love. Third, I feel like, and let's be clear, this is only in like a certain part of the business, or maybe just amongst my friends. I feel like R&B girls and like amazing R&B girls, like people like Coco Jones and stuff, are like really like getting their flowers and should, which I think like, obviously like I'm a white girl who consumes R&B music so heavily, but it is always like 10 times easier and quicker for like white girls who do like R&B and things like that to get like lifted up way quicker in the business. Not that that's not happening, but I do see like people like Coco and things like that getting like their due. So yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're 23. Excuse me. You wrote 23 right before your birthday.
Yeah.
How has 23 been so far? And what would a new 23 song be like? I'm 23 as well. Whoever wrote this question.
Who wrote this one?
It has no name.
No one. Oh, hi. Hey.
Okay, so this one's for you. Thank you for the question.
I'm up here. It's like in like Seussical, like we're up here.
Yeah, totally.
I'm in New York, so all my like theater references are like coming with me, like they're like on my back. You had a really good question, which is what? You wrote 23. I got you. Okay. 23 has been really good. It's been really good. It's been really good. It's been really good. It's been very challenging. I think that I have. This is the first year I feel like, and you tell me if you agree or not, but I feel like this year I'm like actually an adult. Do you agree? No. Huh? Okay, love you too. But do you agree? Almost. Okay, so we're almost there. I feel super adult recently.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe it's just that like more people are like treating me. So we've uncovered something. I feel like more people. Got it. Cool. Good. I feel like more people are treating me like an adult, and I say that in the sense of like I feel like I am being more respected as an adult by people that I work with intimately and in certain situations that I am in and have put myself in. I think like obviously, you know, like growing up like super, super young in the business, much younger than I was, which fucking kudos to you because that is incredibly, incredibly challenging. Incredibly challenging.
Thank you.
No, truly. Like I only know it from 18 on, and even those like 18, 19, 20 were, that shit was brutal.
It's a roller coaster.
Yeah, it's tough. And especially like as a girl, you don't like, you're always like, oh, honeyed, you know? So I think like for whatever reason this year, maybe I'm just in better company. So I feel like I'm being more respected.
And I think people warrant like treatment, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And
for sure.
so you're warranting that.
Yeah, thanks.
So yes, that is good. Thank you for your question. Okay, who are your biggest musical inspirations? Oh, I had the same question. Totally with you. And do you think their influence was showcased in the album? I think that's a much better follow-up question.
That's okay. No.
Okay, Chelsea, you're better at this.
Chelsea. Where's Chelsea?
Chelsea? Hello? Hi!
Hey. So my biggest musical influences, and this is gonna come as a shock to most of you, Frank Ocean, because I never talk about it. Never voice it. I talk about it constantly. I have a tattoo. We know the whole thing. Frank Ocean is like my artistic like Bible. I think that not only is he like an openly like queer artist, which is honestly just like a plus for me, because I feel like gays just flock to gays. But that's why you're all here. I'm like, and that's right.
I've been gay adjacent since I was born.
You are.
Yep. No, yes. Everyone in my universe is gay.
100%.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
Look at this suit. That's hot. Hot.
By the way,
Hot.
I came here with my two colleagues, friends, and they're both gay. So yeah. No,
Hot.
Yep.
Hot. All that to say, Frank Ocean is so incredible, and I think like something that I look up to him for various number of reasons, but I think, in my opinion, there has never been like an artist that is so musical, sure of themselves, and like yet really raw and like honest about like their like flaws and things, so upfront in their music. And I think it's so special to the point where like he carved out an entire like sonic lane for himself. So Frank Ocean is like daddy to me. I love Casey Musgraves. Oh my God. I grew up in North Carolina, so I grew up detesting country music because the culture around country music, or lack thereof, in North Carolina is just, at least where I grew up, was just like really hateful, and like the people that you would just kind of watch yourselves around and watch your friends around, to be honest. So I always hated it. And then somebody showed me like Star-Crossed and Camera Roll right after I had gone through a really bad breakup, and I was like a diehard fan immediately. I was like, now I love you, I love country music, all that. I love Beyonce because Beyonce is Beyonce. She's like a vocal acrobat and has like literally inspired an entire generation of artists, and has basically just carried her fucking music industry on the back for so many years. And then like deceased. Why are y'all laughing? Y'all are so me, it's incredible. Like somebody's like, and then the dead. I'm like, by the way, I would be doing the same shit. I'd be like, that's hilarious. Yeah, illy. I love the Carpenters so much.
And you mentioned that your parents listened to them.
So heavily. And I love Karen Carpenter. I think she has an insanely amazing, beautiful voice. And also like, ended up passing away tragically, but also like struggled with eating disorders. Yep. Really badly. Yep. And she just has always been like one of my favorites. And so it's just, I guess people do flock together in a way, but it is true. Like I just always felt like a really huge like affinity toward like her as an artist and also her music, and I don't know whether it's like subconscious or something, but she's incredible.
How do you make it okay for everyone in this room or people in your life to embrace the flaws? Because that's something I've always appreciated when people do. Mm-hmm.
I would like to think, and this is a perfect case scenario, because truth be told, like I'm saying all this shit right now, and you would not believe the dialogue that is going on in my head, which is like, that was so stupid to say. Like, why would you say that? Also, like maybe you made this person feel bad by saying that. Like that is happening actively, just so we know.
But that's it. It
yes.
was the way you were talking about putting your relationship out there, that diatribe, where you actually let us into your inner monologue.
Yeah.
I felt was like, it drew empathy. It made me feel less alone. It made me feel like I'm not the only one who does that.
Totally.
And when we embrace the flaws, we embrace each other. And so, thank you for doing that.
Bro, 100%. You do that. You exude that shit. So
I thank you.
You do.
All right, I want to ask another question. What is your favorite memory of performing live? And that is by Sunny Honey.
Cute.
Best name ever.
Where are you?
Willow is my favorite song.
Oh, thanks. Willow's like my child. My child favorite. My favorite memory before. Okay, 2. I've told this so many times, but I think it's so silly and funny. When I was doing Mean Girls on Broadway,
The best. I was lucky enough to see it.
It was very fun. I'm very I'm not real, got my shit together kind of person, but I am when it comes to wearing my retainers, boy. I do not I don't miss a night.
Do you have a teeth fetish?
I mean, I love a good smile, but I don't think think so.
Do night guards count?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
I grind like a fucking crazy person.
No. Night guards, retainers, I'm like on it.
Okay,
like,
great. I wear my night guard every night. I'm proud to tell you.
No, but I'm obsessed. It is something I never miss, right? That being said.
Interesting fun fact about Reneé.
Yeah.
Never misses a night with her retainer. This is the kind of shit I live for.
Don't miss.
And by the way, if you don't think the next time I see a retainer, which will be with my daughter, because she wears one, I'll be like, Reneé.
No, yes. I don't miss it. I can't miss it. We were doing a matinee, so it was like earlier the next day, like probably like 1 or 1:30, I think, is when we used to do them. And I just didn't take my retainers out. And I used to come on stage in a way that, like, if this was like the back, it would like split open, and I was like standing on top of a table.
Yes, in the cafeteria.
Fucking cafeteria.
Regina George,
That's
of
right.
course.
And I was standing there, and so, like, I'm so focused on trying to keep my balance, because, like, what they tell you before you go into that track is, like, hey, hold on up there. Because you're just, like, free falling.
You're like, on to what?
Yes. And so you just are, like, gripping. Like, my thighs were incredible at that time. They were so strong, so strong. And so all I'm thinking about is the gripping. And then I get rolled out, and, like, halfway through, I was like... I was like, damn, fuck. And so I'm singing, and I have a bit of a lisp, which is fine, to be clear. But I just was like, this sucks. So then, like, after I, like, turned around, I was like, sing some, whatever. And I would turn around, and I looked at Kate, and I was like, take my fucking retainer. And she was like, what? And I was like, take my retainer. And I, like, just, like, kind of like pulled it, and I was like trying to be like, mind you, we're supposed to be frozen. I want to make that abundantly clear. We're supposed to be frozen, and which I don't think I ever did. I was just excited at the time. I was like, woo, the world is my oyster. I took my retainer out and I gave it to Kate, and she put it in her bra, and for the rest of the thing. And so there was that, and then my very first live artist show ever, my nipple was out that whole show.
Well, what a lucky crowd. All right, I think it's about time to start wrapping it up. I would love to dare ask you the last question, which is, your shows are selling out like crazy. I mean, which is just, I can't wish anything more for you than that verification of your right track. And so deserving, and cocktail.
Bless you.
Is there anything more awesome than when it rolls all the way down? Because that normally happens to me. And, you know, you're seeing firsthand, okay, like, if I'm sending it, it's being received. Mm-hmm. What are you most looking forward to as you go out there and greet these crowds that have shown up right away, bought tickets, sold that shit out?
Yeah, a very cool thing, which I imagine this is kind of, I don't know if this is how it goes or not. I'm sure, like, yeah, in a way. But I think that, like, the community and fan base that has kind of, like, come together surrounding this, like, album and this project and this music is so tightly knit. And all become really good friends. At least that's how I perceive it. I could be wrong, so y'all let me know. Dox somebody. But everybody is like incredibly nice to each other. And they have all these group chats. And don't get me wrong, I pop in and out of the group chats. I always see what's going on. I'm always watching. I'm lurking. But I'm really excited because I feel like it's so nice. Like, whenever I do things, like, I always see familiar faces, and then I always see familiar faces with, like, new friends that then become the familiar face next time, and it's really fun. Like I was saying, like, we ran into each other at a restaurant, right? Like, it is that.
Natasha.
Yes, literally. And so it's fun for me because then it makes it, to be honest, it makes my anxiety so much lesser because I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like I'm with like good community. I'm like in a good space, which is not to say that like it's not, ever not that, but I feel like we got a good group.
I think it's always good to acknowledge when things are like positive and, communal.
Yeah.
What are we here for on this planet other than to have these connections? They are the air and the hope and everything that we not so secretly live for. So thank you for creating and being at the center of that. And you are a beautiful human being inside and out. And that's what I always say to my daughters, where is it important to be beautiful? And they go, on the inside. And I'm like, that's right. And you are.
Thanks. You too.
And you are protective and instinctual.
Thanks.
And I think that you will make such an incredible mom.
Oh my God, thanks. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Keep me posted. Keep us
I literally
posted.
will. Biologically, right now, it's not happening from like an organ standpoint. Being with two people with vaginas, but I'll totally let you know.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Science is real. If Anthony Fauci taught me anything, it's that.
I'm here with Ember, a proud mother of 2 boys, Ace and Rex.
Fire.
With her partner Dana, and they have one of the best families I know. So,
Fire.
And thank you for just being you.
Thank you for being here.
And being yourself and allowing us to be ourselves. And I've got all my notes, and I will tell you how it's going. And thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. Thank you. Thanks.